Welcome to this video review. Today I'm going to talk about Delta Stryker HD 4.5 to 30 by 56. This scope is already on the market for, I would say, 5 years, maybe even 6 years, something like that. Or maybe I'm wrong, but at least more than 4 years, I'm almost sure about that. However, ever since it came out at, I think, EVA 2015 or EVA 2016, it went through a couple of upgrades. Unfortunately, Delta Optical never named them like the first generation, the second generation, and now this is the third generation. So I will only say this is the 2020 model. And it's a lot different than it was in 2016, let's say. So if I go a little bit up through the basics. So Delta Optical is a company based in Poland, which is known for providing probably the best value for money with most of their products. And their rifle scopes are made in Japan. Like this Stryker is also made in Japan. It's also written on it. However, you know probably that in the US this is quite a common practice. There is a lot of companies in the US which outsource all of their production. However, in Europe, this is far more scarce. Majority of European optical producers, they produce their optics at home. So Delta Optical, it's a very smart company. They started with this American model, but they applied it to the European market. And they know the European market quite well. And if we talk about the Stryker HD, this mil fully tactical scope, when it came out, it was like, you know, the first scope of this type on the market was Vortex Razor HD Gen 2 4.5 to 27 by 56. And then Delta, at least on the European market, was the first one who introduced a very similar scope, at least in specs, but with a much lower price point, almost 2 times lower. Normally, some of the features are missing. Normally, the optics is not on the same level, but you're getting something very similar still in terms of specs, and you're paying not a lot of money for it. And they did this also in other fields with their other products. So if I go through this scope, the price point of this scope is 1,750 euros. So really affordable scope for what you get. It's fully waterproofed, it's fog-proofed, it has a 34 millimeter tube, it's 36 centimeter long, so much shorter than their 5 to 50 model. It's filled with nitrogen. It can be put on any kind of caliber, really well built, precisely made, and you can feel it's a high quality product. It weighs approximately 1 kilogram. The battery that powers the Illumination is the normal CR2032. It has a side focus for the parallax, which goes all the way down to 23 meters. And on the other side, it goes all the way up to infinity. It's made in Japan and it comes with 10 years warranty. If anything happens, Delta Optical is located in Poland, so all this warranty issues and servicing and so on can be done inside of Europe really fast and locally. What's in the box? You get a sunshade, the lens covers, you get a small throw lever, which can be screwed in into the magnification ring here. You just screw this in. And normally you get a battery and a manual. If I talk a little bit, what are the differences between the generations? So the first difference, I think about 2 years ago, was the change of the turrets. So the turrets from the first generation lacked the locking mechanism and they lacked the zero stop. At least I think they lacked the zero stop. But I'm sure for the locking mechanism. So the turrets were a major upgrade from the first generation. And now, what was the major upgrade from the second generation to third to this one, 2020 model? The parallax. Because the parallax on the first generation, and I also think on the second generation, was the weakest part of the Stryker HD. Because the travel somewhere from 200 meters onwards was really, really small. It was like from 200 meters to infinity, it was like 3 millimeters only. And this posed problems for some users. Delta Optical normally is a company that listens to their users and upgrades their products. And they made the parallax with a really extremely long travel where you can really fine-tune the exact parallax setting at any distance you're shooting it. So they did a marvelous job here. A little bit less marvelous was that they didn't publicize all of these upgrades, at least not as loudly as they could, honestly speaking. Okay, let's talk about the reticles. All of the reticles are in the first focal plane. All of them are in mils or MRATs, and they are paired with a turret. So the click is always 1 centimeter, and the reticle subtensions are always also in mils. So they are paired. There are 3 different variations of the reticle. One of them is Christmas tree, other 2 are normal tactical reticles. They're all illuminated. The illumination system has 11 settings, and it's meant for low light use only. It's not daytime visible, which in this scope is also not needed. This is not a wide angle CQB scope. It's a long range tactical scope. So illumination is well made. With one of the reticles, you also get the illuminated only the central dot, which is perfect. If we go to the turrets, like I said, the turrets are upgraded. They have a locking mechanism. They have 10 mils of travel per 1 revolution. So 100 clicks in 1 turn. That's really great for all the calculations and everything. And the turn indicator is on the top with these lines. It's no mechanical turn indicator, it's only visual turn indicator. The total elevation range is 30 MRATs or 30 mils, which is really a lot. And the number of turns is normally multi-turn, so you have 3 turns in you have to go through the whole travel. And it also features a zero stop. The zero stop, it's really nice, it's crisp. When you go down, I will show it. Now it's not set to 0, but still you will see how the turret stops. So it's a mechanical, like this, yeah. It stops exactly. It's a hard stop, it's not mushy. Okay. If we go through the optical performance, so 4.5 to 30 times magnification with a 56 millimeter objective lens, 6.6 times zoom, decent optics, especially for this price point. Field of view is roughly 8.3 meters per 100 meters. It could have been done better, but it's not a big thing. It has, I would say, no tunnel effect, so the tunnel effect doesn't changes through the magnifications, because you know some scopes have a tunnel effect at low magnification. This one is not, even though the apparent field of view is not the best you have seen. So you do see a little bit of black around the image at all magnifications. Still, in this price class, it's more than decent, honestly speaking. But if you compare this scope with those that cost 3,000 euros or more, you will notice that the apparent field of view is a little bit smaller. The eye box is really decent, even at high magnifications. And normally it also features a fast focus with a diopter, I think from -3 to +3 settings, diopter settings, yeah. So if I do a short summary, what is really good, what could have been done better? First of all, I would say that 90% of all the users will get everything what they need with this tactical scope. So honestly speaking, Delta did achieve that they are offering a tactical scope for 1,750 euros that covers maybe even 95% of all the customers, honestly speaking. So you really get great value. I also like the improved parallax. If the parallax was I would say a soft point on the, or another, it was a sour point on the previous generations, now it works really perfectly. It has a lot of travel and you're able to adjust it really nicely. Well done. The turrets are also improved nicely. I like the locking mechanism. Zero stop is great. I don't like the turn indicator. I think that the turn indicator, the mechanical turn indicators are much better. However, normally for 1,700 euros, it is hard to expect a mechanical turn indicator. Made in Japan, 10 years warranty, and well, the recipe was done by Vortex, honestly speaking. Everybody else, not only Delta Optical, but all of other manufacturers they tried to copy this recipe. Delta achieved this at the lowest price point. They're even cheaper than Athlon, Primary Arms, and so on, all the others. What could have been done better? Clicks. I think that clicks could have been a bit more crisper and a bit more audible. They're not bad by any standard. Normally, we always wish something better each time. So the clicks. I also think the weight. We are seeing lately tactical mil scopes that are getting lighter and lighter. This could also be a trend that Delta could follow. Mechanical turn indicator, like I mentioned, and that's almost it if we are speaking about the 1,750 euros price class. Honestly speaking, for this price point, you're getting more than you can expect. You're getting more than you're paying for. So this is also the reason why these scopes are so immensely popular and why so many people buy them, because they cover 95% of all the needs of all the shooters for a really affordable price point. And honestly speaking, they are robust, they don't fail, they work well, the reticles are nicely designed, they have all the ingredients needed. So I hope this review was useful for you. If you have any additional questions, please use the comments below. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel.